What happens to our face and our bodies when we age, particularly after menopause? Our skin becomes less elastic, so wrinkles start to appear, our bones thin, our noses become more prominent, our body skin sags, we're more likely to gain weight around our bellies, our features soften, our complexions may look paler, particularly if we've stopped becoming sun worshippers, our cheeks are less plump, our lips are thinner, and our eyes less sparkly. So in this video, I'm going to suggest things that we should stop doing to make these and other features of aging less obvious, to make us feel as vibrant as we feel inside. Because we know just being 50, 60 or beyond hasn't changed our personalities, so we should still be able to express ourselves in the way that we dress and how we comport ourselves in the way we always have. Now, I know I've titled this video How Not to Look Old, and I know it's a negative, but a lot of us will want to click on the title just because we want to see what a woman in her 60s thinks we should stop doing, I hope. And I am going to suggest 10 ways we can look younger by not looking older, if you see what I mean. What I mean is, let's not dress like some sections of society think we should. Let's steer clear of these 10 ways of dressing and choose better ways to show that we're vital, that we count. Now, there's a huge caveat coming. These are just my opinions, and we should all wear what we want to wear and feel good about it. But this is just my guide, which I use on myself too. And you'll see in this video some fashion mistakes that I've made, which make me look older and which I won't be doing again. Oh, and finally, if you stay till the end, you'll find out the most surprising one of all the 10, the one I've struggled with most of my life. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, and hello and welcome if you're new, and thank you so much if you're a returning viewer. So the first thing I think we should do to stop looking older is to ditch the big prints. Do we see younger women wearing big prints? I'm going to suggest that we don't. But looking at brands aimed specifically for women over 50, they all feature huge prints. Why? I'm not against big prints per se, although it has to be said I don't actually own anything with a print, big or small. But look at this skirt, for example. I mean, why would anyone want to wear this at any age? It has nothing to recommend it. The floral design just screams, I made this for an older woman over 50. Ew. And this top, the style is unflattering. The colours make me feel queasy. I mean, really, whoever designed this should hang their head in shame. I know that in the summer, particularly when we're by the pool, it's tempting to want to wear a caftan over a swimsuit that has a print, but keep the pattern small. Ditch the huge swirls. Even Dame Joan Collins doesn't wear prints that big, and she's over 90. Actually, I lied. She does wear big prints, but only on holiday. So let's leave the big prints to Joan and stick to smaller ones, like these fabulous leopard prints which are really in at the moment. In fact, they never really went away. So number 2 is pastel colours, particularly in suits. Oh, this one gets me really het up. It's particularly galling when I see mothers of the bride wearing pastel suits, skirts and jackets mainly. It seems to me that women's sense of style deserts them when they become mother of the bride. Why? Now, I admit, I am not the classic mother of the bride, and this is me at the registry office 10 years ago. But for the evening do, I did go a bit pastel, and I regret it, although it was a Diane von Furstenberg dress. Other pastels that I find really aging are twin sets. Remember those? But no one wears them now, at least no one under 60. Remember those short sleeve jumpers and matching cardies? We all had them, go on, admit it. But please, let's not go back there. I think I'm against pastels, of the very pale variety in particular, because very pale colour, apart from white, cream and beige, are not good for older complexions, which have lost their brightness and plumpness. And because our features become less prominent, apart from our noses, as I mentioned earlier, pale colours such as baby pink or baby blue, pale green or pale orange, if your aim is to look young and vibrant. Number 3, Dame Edna glasses. Ah, glasses. If you're my age, nearly 70, and you were very short-sighted as a kid, all you could get from the opticians was Dame Edna style glasses. What I mean by Dame Edna is glasses with wings. That was the style back in the 60s, although after that came the Lennon glasses. But if you were super short-sighted like me, the lenses would stick out beyond the frames and spoil the whole look. I mentioned how our features soften as we age, and wearing what I consider to be insipid coloured glasses on our faces does nothing to enhance them. There are so many fantastic styles to choose from these days. From huge oversized brain-style glasses like these, to these little teeny weeny ones which I also think look fabulous and are super comfortable. If you have to wear glasses all the time because you're short-sighted, they are going to be one of the first things that people notice about you. So why choose an unflattering aging style when you can choose something modern? Nowadays you can even try on glasses in the comfort of your own home, on your laptop or phone. There are endless hours of fun to be had doing that. Now it is a good idea to consider how heavy or light the frames are. These are quite heavy and these are super light, and I'll have both these styles linked down below for you. But they, in my humble opinion, look intentional, if you know what I mean, rather than just having reached for what was to hand. So if you do want to look younger and fashionable, consider what eyeglasses you're putting on your face, and that goes for sunglasses too. Number 4, shapeless, not oversized clothes. Ah yes, those of you who've watched my channel before, you know all about shapeless clothes. And yes, you're right, I've been known to err on the side of shapeless rather than oversized. And the two are different, yet similar. Oversized clothes have become a thing in the last few years. In fact, when I look back at images of me in 2019 in a blazer, for example, oversized was definitely not a thing. In fact, small, close-fitting clothes were definitely in. But a few years ago, post the pandemic, oversized came in with a bang, probably in response to our yearning for comfort and working from home rather than in a corporate environment. This is one that I struggle with, to be honest, but since working with a personal stylist, I am learning the difference. First, let's look at what I mean by shapeless. Look at these examples. I mean, what on earth is this? Who's it for and why? It has nothing to recommend it. The colour is drab, the shape is, well, I don't know what you'd call it. And what even is this? It's a kind of cardi waistcoat at the front with what looks like a top built into it, in black and white with a tiny pop of colour. And here's another shapeless drab affair. Well, that's a lie, it does have a shape, but I'm not sure what you'd call it. It's serving no one. No one ever said, I'm looking for a drab, grey, large flared top that cuts into my chest. Now, I found these clothes on websites aimed at the older woman, so I'm in their demographic. But honestly, I find it almost insulting that a website aimed at my age group would peddle such horrible clothes. There, I've said it. It makes me quite angry, actually. But, on the other hand, I suppose they're serving a market. But it's not my market, and I'm going to suggest that it shouldn't be yours either. Number 5, waterfall cardigans. Now, a big disclaimer, I used to love them, and here's the evidence to prove it. This is me in, I think, 2019 in Ibiza. We went for a long weekend, and I was wedded to this cardi. It is waterfall, as you can just about make out, from the bit below my hips. And it was a kind of a dressing gown style, with ties at the back. I absolutely loved it. It was made of linen, and I think it was from Jigsaw. And at this point, it was already about 10 years old. But it's an outdated style, and I know we shouldn't be slaves to fashion. But after wearing it for over 10 years, it was starting to look a bit threadbare, and so I decluttered it. Actually, my personal stylist recommended that I get a long cardi, like this one from the White Company, and I am considering it. And that's a simpler, softer, and less fussy style than the waterfall. Number 6. Long button-through skirts or long A-line skirts. Who is buying them and why? Now, what's the first thing you think of when you see these? I bet it's not how great they'd look on my daughter, is it? These skirts, and they were taken from a brand's website this very year, are made for what the brand thinks is what an older woman should wear. Why? These styles are unflattering, the patterns are dull, and they're about as fashionable as a mullet. I have to admit I'm not much of a skirt wearer, but that's because I have a large waist. If you're pear-shaped or hourglass, how much better to wear a skirt like this? Even I've been known to wear a skirt, but I certainly wouldn't be seen dead, well, at least very unwell, in any of these styles. And I have to ask myself, who would? Number 7, big shorts. Shorts. Do we even wear them as we get older? I must admit that here in the UK we don't actually get much time to wear them because the weather's so iffy, but I do occasionally get my legs out. And when I do, I wear shorter shorts. And that's because long shorts are not a good look. Look, here's me in what I would call slobbing shorts. And here's me in a shorter short. Long shorts or very long shorts do not do us any favours. They're only going to highlight our knees because they stop just short of them, which I'm going to suggest are not the most beautiful part of our legs as we age. I can imagine that in a hot climate, shorts are incredibly useful, but I would probably suggest a light cotton or linen dress might be more comfortable and help the air to circulate in the nether regions much better than a pair of shorts is likely to. So maybe just stick to wearing shorts in the garden or on the beach. And if you do wear them, make them short. Number 8, saggy boobs. Now, there's nothing that says older woman alert than a badly fitting bra, particularly when you have a large chest. Think of the images from our childhood where younger women had bras that made their breasts look like cones and older women had, well, saggy boobs. And who can blame them? Those cone bras looked so uncomfortable. Remember Playtex? There's a temptation now not to wear a bra, which is fine if you can do it, but I certainly can't. In fact, I've never been able to, partly because I have a large chest, but also I've never liked the feel of anything other than a soft bra against my breast. Certainly not wool or pure cotton, but I do think a saggy chest is aging. But we don't have to have saggy chests these days. There are so many great bras like these Uniqlo bra tops, which are super comfy and supportive. A better fitting bra is going to help not just support your breasts, but also your posture. If you're anything like me, you have a tendency to hunch your shoulders, but wearing a comfortable, supportive bra is likely to make you feel like standing tall and proud. So stick out your chest, ladies. That's a surefire way to make you look stronger and younger. Number 9, too much cleavage. Now, in the same vein, so to speak, of saggy boobs, let's talk about cleavages. Back in the day, I was happy to display my cleavage, as it was the bit of me that I was happy with, and it set me apart from some of my peers who were not quite as well endowed as me up top. But now, well, the jury's out. When I was researching this topic, I thought I'd find lots of pictures of women with cleavages that were, not to put too fine a point on it, wrinkled. But actually, they all looked amazing. Okay, yes, you could say that Jane Seymour's face looks much older than her chest. But so what? She still looks blooming marvellous, as do all these other fab actresses. So perhaps what we need to do here, if we're thinking about displaying our cleavages at any point, then make sure, to go back to my earlier point, we have an uplifting bra that lifts and separates, and that we've moisturised our skin to within an inch of its life so it looks glowy and gorgeous. And finally, we come to number 10, pearls. Ah, pearls. So why do I struggle to wear them? And why do I feel that I look years older when I wear them? As soon as I add a pearl necklace to any outfit, I immediately want to take it off again. Why is that? Traditionally, pearl necklaces, particularly for women of our generation, were associated with our mothers, what they would wear for special occasions. Here's one of my mother wearing this very necklace, and here are some older women wearing a single strand of pearls. Now, these women are all fab, but I'm going to suggest that this one strand of pearls is not doing them any favours. Here's an older woman with several strands, which I think looks much more intentional, more thoughtful, more modern, more fashionable. And despite what you may have heard, big necklaces are not unfashionable. In fact, they were showcased on the 2024 runways. And here are some images of me in pearls. Big ones, little ones, medium-sized ones. What do you think? Now, to caveat this pearl fear of mine, I do like pearl earrings. I think they can look fresh and modern and not at all aging. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, white or cream next to the face is flattering. But a string of pearls, So there you have it. These are my takes on what I think make us look older and things that we can do that will make us feel like the women we feel inside. Young, vital, relevant, just like we did when we were 20. Okay, 30 then. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm expecting quite a lot, and I will really look forward to reading them. And I am genuinely interested to know what you think. For example, if you do wear pearls, how do you wear them? Do you wear one strand or two or several? Do let us know and share your experiences. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to hear more from me, I have a monthly newsletter. And in that, I don't just talk about fashion, beauty and lifestyle, but also books, music, podcasts, films, TV, and all the other bits and bobs that entertain us. And thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me that you take some time out of your day to watch my videos. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I'll look forward to seeing you on my next one. Bye!